You see here? So you stand here and watch this line. You watch my hand. So if you do this, can you see you just went like that? But now this rotates, everything opens. And at the same time, everything stays. Imagine yourself on the ceiling looking down here. Everything, my head, here, here, here. All stay in exactly the same place. At that time, it's locked, so I open my quad. When the quad is open, can you see I can continue? Now it's totally locked. This is not in place yet. So I have to open like this. And you see it's all changed, but from the top, every dot is in exactly the same position. There's no movement. So it's called a rotation. Force can only come out through rotation. So there are only two kinds of forces. A rotational force is movement without changing space. And that causes like a fish line. The line comes in because you turn it. That's one type of force. So this is called a force generated through a static movement. So the movement does not cause movement. So the line, straight line comes in. So this is called seek a straight line within a circle. So when you do this here, the line comes in. So like fishing. The other force is totally free. It's just like this. And when you do anything like this here, that's external style. You require whatever you do, as long as you can generate speed. And the speed is number one. The faster, the better. And the Tai Chi does not do that. Tai Chi uses that static power. So everything is generated through something like a motor, or like a rotating rod, like a door hinge, like a lever. Everything has to come from there. So there's no free movements with Tai Chi. So to the extent that when I'm pushing hands with you, when you're falling, I'm not going to chase you and do this. I watch you fall, or you regain your balance. That's fine. I'm not going to chase you with the illegal Tai Chi move. The illegal meaning, when you train that, you become happy with it. You don't want to do Tai Chi anymore. You just want to punch the guy. So we don't want to take advantage of anything else other than forces generated through, can you see a rotation? When I do this, you see this is in the same place. When I finish, this is still in the same place. It's not based on making this kind of moves. So this is very, very difficult. And the level of difficulty is at least minimum 1 out of 10,000. It's the same as count all the people that you went to elementary school, kindergarten with. Roughly every 10,000, you have one real PhDs. But there will be a lot of PhDs with fake certificates. They never really study. Because these are the ones who will get a job and have a good family, but never accomplish anything for the society. From a true sense. Like somebody with that kind of a degree, that many years of education, should be able to come up with a lot of things that will change lives. Most people don't. Because with everything, they're fake ones, and that's all right. But the rough ratio has to be around 1 out of 10,000. Anything that is not 1 out of 10,000, it has no value. And when I say it has no value, everything has value. Like you are born, you have value. You live on this earth. And a little bug, a little tree, a weed, they all have value, but not the kind of value that can change things. And so now again, the yin-yang theory says there are two values. One is that just normal. A tree just grows 10,000 years, dies, 10,000 years, dies. That value is to maintain, to keep the world going, all the same, 4 seasons a year. But the other value is, so the value of 4 seasons, every day you have 2 cycles, dark and the sunshine. That's normal. There's nothing wrong with that. But the other value is you created electricity. Now during the night we can read. It's also from nature, observing the nature and find a method. It has an added value. Now that you have changed nature. But at the same time you say you didn't, because this is just a miniature, a replica little sun. Same thing, it gives off light. But we made that instead of wait until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. then we can turn it on at night. So what we want to do is that the free movements based on speed came from nature. You were born with it. By the time you were still lying there, you cannot get up. And that other whatever, then object, you can do that. Nobody needs to show you. But what we learn is the static model generating power. So even the gunpowder has no value because when you light it, it just blows up. But if you encase it in the shell and then put the shell in the gun, and it has a added, changed, modified, specific value. So that's what we want to do. So our Taiji is based on power is always the same, no change. But the power that we generate through this particular method, this particular structure, will function in a particular way.